So God bless ma'am, my name is Jamaica M. Malaay from BSA 1A. So for today's video, I am going to answer and explain the activities and midterm. So the first question in activity 1 is, why is Freud's psychoanalytic theory important? So Freud's psychoanalytic theory is very important because si Freud nag-believe nga kini iyahang psychoanalytic theory is maka-cure or maka-heal sa mga tao through making conscious their unconscious mind, lahang mga thoughts or ideas. And through this theory, it will help those people nga maka-encounter or maka-face og mga depression, problems, or mga difficulties in life to release, repress their emotions and feelings. So, the second question is, what is the goal of psychoanalytic theory? So, the goal of psychoanalytic theory is to make people's unconscious minds or thoughts into a conscious one and to help people live a better living. So, to those people nga na-encounter or naka-face o mga difficulties or depression, problems in life, try to share it to the other people. Try to share your feelings or emotions to the world. So in that way, it will help you. It will help you. It will help you listen those unconscious thoughts of yours. So the third question is, explain the id, ego, and superego. So ang kining tulo, kining si id, ego, si superego is the three parts of the structure of personality and theory sab siya nga gidevelop ni Simon Freud. So first, ang atong i-explain si id. So si id is conflict siya between sa atuang basic desires. Like, maon ni ang ato ang unconscious part sa ato ang personality. Part sa ato ang personality nga buhaton nato kung unsay gusto nato without thinking sa consequences nga ato ang matubang. Like for example, kanang depressed ka ani nga day. So nag-decide ka nga mag-shopping ka sa mall. So dito sa mall, pag abot nimo dito sa mall, inapalit nimo ang tanan-tanan. Like kung unsay nakita nimo, ginapalit nimo, wala na kay labot kung wala na kay labot kung mahurot ba na imong kwarta, like inaana, mao na si id. While si superego is trying to get us to behave in a socially or morally appropriate way. So continue ta dito sa example. Dirita sa kay superego. So dito nga ato nga time is depressed ka niya, nag-decide ka nga moadto sa mall. So unlike kay id nga ginapalit niya ang tanan-tanan nga wala na kay labot, mahurot ba imong kwarta. So kini si superego is like gipalit lang kas kung unsay kuan nimo, like unsay murag unsa lay importante ba, like gi-manage nimo imong kwarta, gi-control nimo imong kwarta nga dapat kani kay din ako hutdon kay napay ugma, napay sunod adlaw nga gastuon ana, like mao na siya, mao na kalainan. Like ang id is kuan siya kanang in a negative way bitaw, while ang superego is in positive way, like nana. So, ang ego is responsible siya for dealing with reality. It develops to mediate between sa unrealistic aid ug sa external real world. Bali, ang ego is the one who make the decision sa tulo ka components sa ato ang personality. Unlike sa id nga gibuhat ang usa ka butang nga unreasonable, whereas ang ego is nagwork siya nga naay rason. So mao to siya kalainan sa tulo. So the first question in activity 2 is, explain Piaget theory of cognitive development briefly. So Piaget theory of cognitive development has 4 stages. So the first stage is the sensory motor stage, which is from birth to 2 years old. So during a stage, ang children is maka-learn na about the world through basic actions like sucking, grasping, looking, and listening. So the second stage is the pre-operational stage, which is from 2 to 7 years old. So ang children diri is maka-learn na to use words and they begin to develop their language skills and imagination. So the stage 3 is the concrete operational stage, which is from 7 to 12 years old. So ang children diri is begin to understand the concept of conversation. So the last stage is the formal operational stage, which is from 12 to 15 years old. So ang children diri is begins thinking in a formal, systematic way. So the second question is, what age is cognitive development complete? So cognitive development complete in a 15 years of age. Kay sa theory ni Piaget sa cognitive development, naman siya upat ka stages. So the first stage is from birth to 2 years old, while ang second stage is from 2 to 7 years old, while ang third stage is from 7 to 12 years old, and the last stage is from 12 to 15 years old. And that is why 15 years old is na complete ang cognitive development. So the third question is, how can environmental influences affect cognitive development? So environmental influences affect cognitive development through adaptation. Like sa pagdevelop sa cognition sa children or sa paggrow sa usa ka bata is dako jud impact kung asa siya bilong nga environment. Like for example, nabilong siya sa environment nga matulungin, mapagbigay. So naay posibilidad nga ang bata is ma-adapt niya to. Ma-adapt niya tong pagka-helpful, pagka-mapagbigay, something like that. So the fourth question is, explain cognitive development. So cognitive development is nag-refer siya sa process sa pag-grow sa bata. Something like from infant to adulthood. And changes sab siya sa usa ka bata like the way siya mo think or mo understand sa iyahang palibot. So the first question in activity 3 is to explain what is schema. So schema are the basic structural units of human mind. So for me, schema is mura siyang plano. Like nagplan ka unsaon pagdeal, unsaon nimo pagdeal sa usa ka butang or sa mga makita nimo sa imuhang palibot or something like way siya to understand kung unsay nahitabo sa atoang environment. So the second question is to explain what is assimilation. So assimilation is using an existing schema to deal with a new situation. So assimilation is like naa nakaani nga situation pero midil pagyud kaglain nga sitwasyon. Like for example, first time nimo makakitag dako kayo nga balay, lawa kayong tugkaran, hindot pa jud kaayo, then kayon kag wow, palasyo. Like nana bitaw, like balay ra siya pero natawag nimo siya palasyo. So the third question is to explain what is accommodation. So accommodation is nag-involve siya modifying existing schemas or ideas as a result of new information or new experiences. So for me, accommodation is mura siya resulta sa pagdeal nimo sa imong existing schema. Like for example, first time nimo makakaog ang palaya. Dayon sa pagkaon nimo ato, ang resulta ato is sa pagkaon nimo ato is pait kaayo. So ang resulta ato is dili na ka mukaog pagkaon nga naisagol ang palaya. So the fourth question is to explain what is equilibration. So equilibration is maintaining the balance between assimilation and accommodation. So way siya how to move from our first thoughts or ideas into the next. So the last question is to explain what is adaptation. So adaptation is a process that takes place through direct interaction with the environment. So adaptation is ability siya sa usa ka tawo how to adapt kung unsay naa sa environment, or something like giusan niya pag-interact kung unsay naa sa palibot. Like for example, working student man ko karon, so nakoy duha ka bata nga gibantayan. So ang kining elder is 6 years old while ang kining ihang manghod is 10 months old. So ang kining magong elder is mo bless sa iyang parents or sa iyang mga nakakatanda. So after that, nabantayan na kong adlaw nga kining iyang manghod is kabalo na mo bless. So which is ang pag-bless sa iyang manghod is na-adapt niya sa ginabuhat sa iyang ate. So mao to siya ay adaptation. So that's all for today's video. Thank you and God bless, ma'am.